All right. I don't know what the hell's going on with Honkai Star Rail. Still love the game. For those who do not know, I like gacha games. They're free games that I can play and enjoy and sort of like grind up. And I don't know. I like games where I can grind and sort of like see my progress go through and get like I like them. I like gacha games. They're fun. My routine is typically like play a gacha game, get as far as I can, get a good solid team or two down, and then I don't know. Sometimes if I ever get bored of it, I'll sort of like drop it for a while, move on to another game, do the same thing, and then sort of go from there. And then sort of like rotate, add a little rotation, go back to the Honkai Star Rail. Uh, so it's kind of like I've been thinking about like, hey, I should get back into Honkai Star Rail, or maybe jump back into Wuwa with the new, patch that came out. That's on me for not like being more on top of these things and like don't like streaming it and like jumping back and forth. But it's kind of like a situation where we're almost to the end of the campaign on Girls Frontline 2, so it's kind of like I have to sort of balance out like finish this or play that. I will do better. Anyway, point being, as I'm freaking debating playing Honkai Star Rail again, bringing it back to the channel, and like doing a whole let's play on the new world. Apparently, a lot of people are upset with Honkai Star Rail right now, and I have no idea what the frick is going on. So I genuinely want to freaking see what's going on here. Tectone, the absolute legend, let's say, of gacha games, totally not a degenerate that spends all of his money as a gacha addict, but he apparently is going to let us know what's going on in the great world, as some say, the greater world of CC creation, of content creators, I should say, is happening.
I
Let's check it
just
out.
got finished with the displeasure that was the new MOC and Honkai Star Rail. So, obviously, if you haven't seen this screenshot by now, MOC 10 in the new MOC has more HP than MOC 12 from 4 months ago. Now, obviously, there's some discrepancies because this boss is Nikador, and this boss has a lot of self-inflicted HP damage. However, in order to get the boss to do that much damage, you have to do more damage to the other enemies around him. So, to be honest, I still think it's a fair comparison. However, I understand
Okay. So I mean, they buffed an enemy. So okay.
if people want to disagree with that sentiment, because you need to do a lot of frequent attacks in order to take down Nikador. I currently, for the first time since Honkai Star Rail's release, deem it not worth my time. At this point, it's not even an endgame that feels good to my brain, which sucks because Pure Fiction is ass. It's always been ass. It still is ass. But MOC, I'm good, man.
I'm not the only one. I'm gonna be honest with you. Honkai Star Rail has a real endgame problem. I have nothing to freaking do. The only time I really want to get onto Honkai Star Rail is either to just grind materials to like level up my characters, which can be fun for a while, but eventually I'm gonna freaking get tired of the loop. And anytime there's just newer like content to go play, newer events, and it's just kind of like, there's gotta be some other end game gameplay loop besides events. They need something.
Man, I'm good. I want to use my favorite characters, and clearly I can't without being at a severe disadvantage, so I'm going to wait for those buffs.
That's also another big thing, that it's real difficult to be able to use the characters that you like and want to play as, or that you built, especially since, like, it's such a grind to level up each character, and there's so many characters to get, and it's so like, I'm sorry, but like they have a real freaking issue with that whole. That's a whole different debate topic. But there's a whole issue with like the whole pay to win, because certain characters are like way unfairly overpowered and yada yada yada. Whole other discussion. But what I'm saying is, they need to make some kind of end game where you can sort of just play with whatever team you like. Divergent universe, cool. I love it. I like it. It's awesome. It's a little too damn slow at times. Please speed it up. I'm like, I get a little sick of that at times. You know what I mean? Like, especially for a situation where it's like you're just running the next battle after the next battle after the next battle. Why the hell do you do I have to keep walking in between each freaking thing? Just do like a Pokemon tournament type of deal where it just cuts you to the next the next room, the next segment, so you can do the next battle. Like, there's so much wasted time. I don't know. That's just me. Sorry, whole other discussion.
To kick in before I start playing again, or some unit to save Dot. I'm praying to God there's going to be some unit that saves Kafka, that saves Black Swan. Anybody, I'm praying to God that's a character. But the problem is now this has got.
You got Kafka, Black Swan. You can either run them with. I've heard Silver Wolf. I prefer having Hua Hua, but I don't have Hua Hua, so I have to get her as a support. But I've been using Gallagher. Gallagher's freaking phenomenal for that. He freaking applies burn as well. Or if you don't have Gallagher, Firefly. Run Firefly. She applies hella freaking fire. Unfair though, right? That doesn't make Kafka a freaking primary at that point. But if not her, run what's her name? She applies a butt ton of freaking burn as well. The freaking vlogger. You know which one I'm talking about. The vlogger chick.
Gotten over to China. And China is where they take this shit seriously. If China has an issue, then we should all have an issue. Because Chinese players pretty much accept any fucking slop that goes on in this game with a smile. However, they're pissed the fuck off. So a new Reddit article was posted.
I love my Dot unit. My Kafka Black Swan is still great. But I genuinely do need that one fire chick.
Which was Chinese comments in the new MOC. Credit to u/WongYan145 for translating. I believe that user Wong Yan attempted to submit this themselves originally, but they got filtered for minimum amount account karma, which was deleted by HSR. You want to know why? Because this was an anti-HSR post. This was the original comment, which was this. This MOC was hard, man. Captain, that was only floor 10. Now, I don't know what the fuck they were doing releasing that in the game state when they know the older units can barely be fucking used. But most likely, this is just bait to get players to pull for Tribby to pull for My Day, which is fine. Business is doing business's things. But the problem is China is rioting over Honkai Star Rail. These are the comments going on for Chinese Billy. This MOC became a...
Again, bro, you can only nickel and dime people so much before they start to get frustrated and irritated, and eventually they're gonna get pissed.
Hot topic on official Star Rail post on Billy, around 33,000 comments. Does this sound familiar? Yes. The Zhongli situation comes to mind. But there's only Chinese comments. I tried to translate some of these comments to English. It might not be 100% correct, but it's gonna be pretty damn close for the overall concept. How about starting a live stream and let the planners devs play Abyss MOC? Not for anything else, I just wanna see the show effect. What this is referring to is the Chinese people believe that the devs themselves are not playing the game. And with the current MOC in progress, I would absolutely agree. I'm struggling to do the MOC using Dot with Eidolons, which is honestly really not a fucking good look. But for other games like Genshin Impact, you can really tell that the devs are not playing their game. Hence,
They might not be. I doubt it. I would very much believe if they didn't. But even if they did, 100%, they're making it more and more difficult so that you have to pull for the stronger characters. This is nothing new. It's not a surprise. It's obvious. It's very obvious to everyone. Everybody knows it. Like, no duh. Yeah.
That's why there's still no artifact loadouts in Genshin or HSR with 2 years and 4.5 years respectively. If the devs were to play their own game, they would see their own flaws a lot quicker than waiting for the players to have to tell them what's wrong with their own game. Let's continue on here. I strongly suggest letting your...
Honestly, one of the biggest reasons I have recently dropped Zenless Zone Zero is because the endgame loop is so horrendous on that one too. I freaking hate it. Once you're out, like, the only reason I want to ever go back to Zenless Zone Zero is just for the freaking the new characters' stories. Like, that's about it. The archives. I freaking hate the endgame loop on that game so much.
Your game planner devs live stream.
Even though I freaking love the combat.
Leveled low gold team to clear Abyss MOC. I wanted to see how skilled the gameplay really is. I released an Abyss clear. Not sure if it's out yet. But on one team, I use new characters. And with the new characters, I can auto the damn game. Auto it. With the new teams, I can zero cycle it with no healer and no brain. I am not a good Honkai Star Rail player, and that's what's important, is that this is for the everyman. The everyman needs to be able to clear this game. Mr. Pokey going live.
Yeah, no, like, honestly, the best kinds of games the best kind of situation you would have for games like this is you would have teams or characters, these subsection of characters that are a dot team is so perfect, so ideal for auto battling, amazing. And I feel like you should have some freaking like damn near like an idle game. You should have some things that you can grind for XP without freaking like running out of freaking all of your damn resources, energy that quickly. But and then there should also be characters that if you actually put a little bit of effort into, thought into all that stuff, you can absolutely like decimate with high damage, damn near. Oh, like there should be certain characters that absolutely can but it needs to take a bit of skill. It needs to take some kind of like methodology, like a debuff with a a debuff on the enemies with a buff to the ally. There's got to be something to work around it. That's why I like certain builds like the blade build where you can sort of like hyper carry. I like to use my freaking a big sword. I just call it Big Sword Girl. Big Sword Girl Changli, I think it is. She freaking I like to hyper carry with her and Robin and Branya because she's freaking overpowered. She's my absolute best physical damage dealer in the entire game, and so much so that I didn't even want to pull for Clara at the end. Like I decided against Clara and instead chose a second Branya. You get me? Just for that.
Clearing things does not matter.
Not Changli. I'm
okay?
thinking
It doesn't.
What is her name?
It doesn't matter. Dreamy clearing shit does not matter. That Zalzu Tethos person doesn't matter. You know when it matters? When the everyman can clear it. That is me. That is what I attempt to be in every single one of these games. I am not a sweat. I am not a tryhard. I am the target demographic. The people who play just a little bit because they enjoy the game and then they quit, because those are the people who are going to be making up 99% of your audience. These people who zero cycle and Honkai Star Rail, these people who do hitless runs, Danjin solo runs, and Wuthering Waves, they don't matter because those are not the people who are playing in mass. I went into MOC and I got my shit kicked in, and it wasn't fun.
Yeah, you need to start making the barrier to entry a little bit more realistic to clear.
It was just unenjoyable, and the only thing I thought was, yeah, maybe I can play better and do 20% better, but the new teams are going to be able to clear what I cleared in 8 cycles in 1 cycle. And it just feels disheartening. And this is a new feeling that I've had for Honkai Star Rail, and I really don't like the direction in which this is going. Because now the Chinese are upset.
Yunli. Sorry, I was mixing Yunli with Changli.
Japan's upset. And I'm upset. And I never thought I would actually be legitimately upset with Honkai Star Rail because the gameplay was very good. You guys have seen my videos. I say it all the time. I love the gameplay for Honkai Star Rail. It's very fun. It's not feeling that way anymore. And the story's slogged, the combat's slogged, and it's feeling pretty bad.
Am I the only one who, like, not only is the storyline, not only are the storylines so much slower, they're almost like nonsensical at times, bro. They drag on with just these little. It almost feels like they drag with like nonsense quests instead of anything that has any meaning behind it.
Guys, at times. It is feeling pretty bad. So I do want to encourage you, if you see people defending this, if you see people not speaking out constructively, I encourage you to do so. To encourage them to actually speak their mind. To encourage them for a couple of seconds to pull their head out of their ass and see the reality, which is a barren wasteland of people who were once happy, now dead, angry on the floor, seeking new pastures. We should all want this game to do good. And right now, we should all acknowledge it's not in a good state. It's legitimately just not in a good state. I don't want to see this become a new Genshin. I was merely talking about how the game felt pretty poor, and I was being constructive about the gameplay. I might have had a couple bits of information slightly off. I could have E'd when I autoed, I could have. But to see the raw, visceral, feral reaction of some of the angered fans of the game, it made me feel like I was back in Genshin 1.5 again. It made me feel like
are you kidding me? This is what, like, let me show you something. Uh, look at this. Look at the difference. Like, where all the, like, the actual, like, quality is going to in between games. Honkai Star Rail feels like such a second thought to the company at this point. Yeah, even the Genshin one seems slightly, ever so slightly better. The Zenless one isn't even perfect, but still, it's leagues better. And it gets worse if you go up the stairs. It gets way worse. For Zenless, it actually gets better going up the stairs. It's like incredibly intuitive. If only they fixed the clipping on the forward bricks, the forward walls, I think. But and this is not like. This doesn't make a game good or bad, by the way. That's not what the point I'm trying to make here. The point I'm trying to make here is that it's very freaking obvious that these freaking it's very obvious. It's very freaking obvious that there's just a lack of I don't care. I'm not gonna play that music because I'm gonna freaking get taken down, I'm pretty sure, on YouTube. By comparison, you see how at least the legs are snapping onto the bottom boards here. Similar to Zenless. At least it snaps to the bottom of the stairs. You see? Even if there is some clipping, at the very least, it has something. And it's just these like little things, these little quality of life things that you notice that just sort of like give you a bit of an indicator of the overall quality of the game and how much effort and thought and you know what I mean, that people that the developers or the development teams are actually putting into the game.
I was back in Sumeru, where you can't even constructively criticize the game without these ferocious, mentally retarded chatters who've been chilling in whatever pussy hugbox, Discord, or Reddit they've been taking association with, and saying.
What's worse too is sometimes it's not even just the people who hate or people who like it's not even when you're criticizing the game. Great example, Wuthering Waves. Love the game, phenomenal game. I love it with all of my heart. Freaking phenomenal. Kuro game, amazing. I love all of you. Great, phenomenal. I still haven't played the latest update, the latest world. You know why? Because the last couple of times I freaking played, all I got was people coming into my chat talking shit about how I freaking played the game. And even though my freaking chat I was getting quite a bit of attention, I'm just like, you know what, screw that. And I freaking decided to play something different. Because they're like, and this was me talking about how good the game was, playing the game, enjoying the game, and fans of the freaking game came over just to trash me because I'm not freaking perfect blocking every freaking stupid thing. And I'm just like, go get freaking bent. And so I'm like, screw it, I'd rather just play something else. I'm done with it. Girls Frontline, Equilibrium. I'm all done to a different game. Because of the freaking toxic, freaking positive community, like the people who are still positive for the game are freaking making normies also freaking like want to just get the hell out of the communities, dude. Not like you can freaking like what the freak is up with the gotchas right now? Dude?
I'm having fun, which means the rest of you are having fun, which just really isn't a good place to be. I don't want to see Honkai Star Rail become the new Genshin. Bet you didn't see this coming.
It already has.
The strategy game.
It already has is the thing. It really has. For me, it has. I haven't freaking logged on for like the longest time. I might log on again. Like, how about this? For me, Honkai Star Rail, similar to Nikke, and Nikke mainly only because of the brick wall. I pretty much just like log in as soon as the welcome back bonus items are offered. Like, at this point, what I'm gonna do is legitimately schedule my streams so that I can legit stream the days that I get all of my welcome back like return stuff, and so I can get those bonus rewards. Because at this point, like a lot, like some of these games, it's just like I don't freaking like. There's no real meat to the meal anymore. And while I love the game and I like what I did play, so you know I still enjoy going in there and like leveling up my characters. I feel like once I have really solid teams as maxed out as I can possibly go, I'm probably gonna run out of things to do. Realistically, I'm just grinding for the sake of grinding. It's like my own version of the monks, the Indian monks that like drop the sand on like the little art thing, the little painting, and then when they're done making this beautiful painting, they freaking destroy it because they're like, life is temporary. Don't love anything. It's like that. I'm like that with gacha games. I like to grind and build these characters and make them awesome and make them cool. And then it doesn't matter. I delete the account. It don't matter to me. None of it matters. I'll stop playing suddenly. Why? Because life is not this permanent. You know what I mean, bro? It's meditative, is what it is.
Actually refers to gacha strategy, aka
modern-day
the
video game
strategy in this
philosopher.
game is just planning your polls and having the newest unit and getting lucky on the banners.
Yeah.
Really not good advertisement for your game. I remember in 1.0 where 4 stars were.
I have to say, Gross Frontline has Gross Frontline, Wuthering Waves. Wuthering Waves for sure was a prime example of a game that was really good at giving you plenty of pulls. However, there is no game quite like Nikke, Goddess of Victory Nikke, that just gives you pull after pull after pull after pull. Really satisfying, really cool. I like it. It's awesome. But Gross Frontline, maybe it's to do with the fact that they have such a small roster right now, and that is not a problem whatsoever. I love it the way it is. It doesn't have to be absurd. I'm liking that they're starting off with double banners. I'm liking that they have a nice set of free characters. You know what I mean? Like, and some of the like you can easily get freaking a Kyungju, who is S tier, and you can effectively put her with any other character, and she'll be able to carry basically. So the barrier to entry in those games is a lot easier than in Honkai Star Rail, where I feel like for a cool year, I must have gotten past the campaign before I ever got any semblance of a good DPS character or just a good damage dealing character, dude. It was very difficult to get past the barrier of entry on that one.
Enough. Where E0 S0s
Wuwa has like one of the best characters is freaking Rover.
That way anymore.
Flat out.
It really doesn't. I am praying to God.
You just main Rover. You don't even gotta switch to anyone else.
Game. I believe the first wave of balance patches helps Silverwolf, Zila, and Yang Jing. Will it be enough? I don't really know, but I certainly hope. I believe the first wave of balance patches helps Silverwolf, Zila, and Yang Jing. Will it be?
First of all, Zila needed a buff last year. Okay, too little, too late. Well, I don't know about too little, but okay. We're balancing Zila. All right, okay. He said, who else?
Be enough.
Zila,
God, these balance patches fix the fucking game. I believe the first wave of balance patches helps Silverwolf, Zila, and Yang.
Silverwolf is phenomenal, but sure. Though, to be fair, I pretty much only ever see her get paired up with Kafka.
Jing. Will it be enough? I don't really know.
Or like hyper carries.
But I certainly hope so. And I really hope that the longer the game goes on,
I will gladly take some buff for yanking. But I feel like this is. I feel like Yanking and Zila are like freaking like this had to happen years ago.
The more balance patches go out. Yang Jing, who asked? I don't know.
Exactly.
devs might as well
Exactly. Who the hell asked? Who cares at this point? Hey, guys, don't worry, guys. Hey, maybe in 2 more years we'll finally get that damage boost for Misha, huh?
Just right. Characters not
Damn,
in the
bro.
current banner are prohibited at the entrance
2
of the
more
Abyss
years
next
for
time.
Misha to finally get that
Once
damage
you get
boost,
another
huh?
player, Chinese player, disgruntled with the fact that if you're not using the new units, the new Abyss feels like shit. Event rewards are becoming fewer and fewer. Companion tasks aren't being released at all. Abyss difficulty is increasing rapidly, and old characters are practically useless. New characters are being released at lightning speed, and their mechanics are forcefully tied to constellations and light cones. Does not feel good, guys. Can Abyss MOC have a payment code? $10 for an extra cycle. Yeah. If that ain't comedy, I don't know what is. But now that China's getting upset, I expect to see legitimate change in the near future. Because once China's upset, then great. Why don't you start a live broadcast of the Planet Fight the Abyss? If nothing else, I just want to see the effect of the show. With 11,500 upvotes. That means that it's not the vocal minority. It is the majority.
You know it's serious
guys,
when China cries about it.
Oh yeah. Guys, this is serious.
You kidding me, dude? They're the market. They are the market. We're just extra pocket change here in the States.
And this is bad. I mean this genuinely, and I hate to say this. People acting like Honkai Star Rail right now, they're the biggest enemy to Honkai Star Rail. If you actually care about this game, if you actually give a
Brother, I stopped playing it because I freaking got bored of it, but I still love the game, and I absolutely want to get back into it, similar to how I want to get back into Zenless, and I want to get back into WoWa, you know, but specifically Zenless and Honkai, the end,
if you're not just doing this for money, if you're not just doing this because you're a shill, you would acknowledge this game is in a very bad spot. I don't want to see anybody defending the malpractice of this company right now because we need legitimate change. Because when China's upset, you know it's serious. So get your head out of your ass. Don't villainize the people being truthful and just acknowledge the game is not in a good spot. Thank you very much. I'll be moving forward.
I'm sorry, bro. I feel you attacking people's waifus. They're not gonna take it right.
Bye-bye. I'll link this video.
They're not gonna take it right.
So
you attacking waifus, they're just not gonna take it right. Alright, I'm gonna share the video. Please go and show some support. I'm gonna drop this on the Discord, on the Bannana Cantina. Please be sure to go drop a like, go drop a sub, all that good stuff. And the reason I want to watch this is because there was apparently, from Zebing Lee, right? I just sort of read the titles. It looks like there might be a follow-up to this one. So I wanted to check this out. Honkai Star Rail banned people from speaking. This came out a day ago. Let's see what is going on. I'm assuming this is going to be in regards to the latest bout of people complaining, especially people from China themselves, getting incredibly frustrated with Honkai Star Rail, Hoyoverse as a whole, their malpractices, their nickel and diming, their super greedy tactics, and frankly, just just how unbalanced the game is because they want to just keep stuffing it full of characters that are better and better and stronger and more better than the freaking old characters, and now they're having a freaking huge problem having to balance all the old characters, but they don't want to do that too quickly. Because then suddenly nobody's going to want to pull for the new characters. So who are they balancing now? They're balancing all the freaking old characters. They don't give a fudge about. Yang King is getting a freaking buff. Oh, thank goodness for all the freaking Yang King mains out there. I'm sure that one guy is going to be super happy.
I'll link this video on the official Honkai Star Rail subreddit. Recent community concerns and what we were doing about it. So I know a lot of content creators are
I'm not gonna lie. I think the last time I played Honkai Star Rail, got Yang King for the first time and then stopped playing the game.
I think
that's actually true, if I'm not mistaken.
Recent community
I'd have
concerns
to go check my
about
vibe.
it. So I know a lot of content creators are kind of confused on what to do, and the community is kind of at an impasse here, which really blows because I feel
here's what has to happen. And here's what I'm gonna do as a content creator and as a gacha content creator as well. I'm gonna start playing Honkai again. I'm gonna get back into it and I'm gonna catch up to where we're at on the main campaign. I'm gonna see what it's like, and the entire way through, I'm gonna be even more critical than I have ever been about the game before. Because now 2025 is the year of the sass, and I'm about to sass everybody. And then not only that, but we're also gonna get back into Zenless Zone Zero. We're gonna get back into Wuwa. We're gonna get back into Nikkei. We're gonna freaking go ham on everything. Y'all don't even understand. Y'all don't even know. It's gonna be crazy.
There's a lot of negativity around.
And we gonna shout. We gonna make a fuss. And the more people get pissed off at me about my opinions on this, and complain to me on my YouTube comments, the more I'm gonna freaking play and react and complain. Let's go, baby!
Honkai Star Rail, and then I realized that's not the right way to phrase it. There's not actually that much negativity. What there is a lot of realism, and the realism is negative because the game is not.
Yeah, and it's called constructive criticism.
In a good spot. I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, this."
Because right now your game sucks. It's sucking some big old donkey booty cheeks.
This person's whining. This person's complaining, but
donkey the gorilla, not the animal, like Donkey Kong booty cheek, whatever.
Every person that I see whining and complaining are all people who genuinely care about the game. Besides Saint Tontas, that guy's just a negative dickhead.
Who?
This person's complaining, but every person that I see whining and complaining are all people who genuinely care about the game. Besides Saint Tontas, that guy's just a negative
Saint Tontas?
The bro complains about everything that's not woo-wah. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Asian Bobby Lee needs to fucking chill the fuck out sometimes. But yeah, so there's this post here which says, recent community concerns and what we are doing about it. Hello all, mod team here. So they made this together.
The worst part about Wuthering Waves, the absolute worst part about Wuthering Waves is the Wuthering Waves community.
They're collective as a unit. Very interesting. We hear you on your recent complaints on the subreddit. We've been seeing a lot of arguing and heated discussion on recent complaints the community has about Honkai Star Rail right now. And we as a team may have let it go on too long. These recent complaints include things like MOC, other endgame discussion, HP inflation. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. This fucking article looks like it was HP inflated. Complaints on lack of animation in the story, all true. The need for new characters and their E1s due to power creep, true, and all that. The moderation team has been working on the background on a way to mitigate these discussions and complaints. They do not derail the subreddit. What? Wait, so people can't talk about the actual issues in the fucking game? Why would you take a conglomerate of people who are talking about meaningful subjects and say, no, 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 we're not allowed to talk about that here? This is once again the Neo Genshin community coming into HSR and saying, if you are saying things on how to be critical about our game and how to improve on our game, then we don't want you here. Oh, this is really bad. So it's either slop the shit down or be banned. Oh, that's so bad. They talk about us, chat being echo chambers, but they proceed to echo chamber the subreddit. Yeah, no, that is so bad. What the fuck? Why would they do this? Okay, we are now rolling it out. We apologize it took longer than expected, but here's what we're doing. Sanctioned content. We are adding a system to our existing rule set that includes sanctioning certain pieces of content. The system will be used during times there's a highly popular point in discussion becomes too much for both the mod team to handle, as well as flooding the subreddit with too much of it. It ultimately spawns posts, memes, and gaslighting comments that do not contribute to the discussion, and just keep cycling the same content that otherwise has already been posted. These...
What a surprise. What a freaking surprise that Reddit wants to control the discussion and wants to freaking censor everybody so that only what they like is being allowed to be spoken.
Supposed to be certain mundane in nature as they do little to add to the ongoing discussion, provide little effort to put in such posts, and are made to gaslight other users. Okay. Why do so many people...
I love how they always have to come up with new terms. No, this is sanctioned content now. You can only post sanctioned content. Okay, so you can only post content that blows smoke up your ass. That's all you can post. Otherwise, we're not gonna let it happen. Like, why we gotta make up all this BS? Sanctioned content. Oh, okay. I gotta get my content sanctioned now. Alright, cool.
Internet try to use these terms like grifting and gaslighting when they don't know how to use them, and they always use them incorrectly. Gaslighting is when someone says an instance event occurred and then you judge or question their memory to where they start doubting their own mind because you have gaslit them, right? Gaslighting isn't talking about another issue when you're on another issue. That's just not what it is.
It's literally, I feel like the simplest way to put it is, it's convincing someone that their genuine reality is false. That's what it is. But you're kind of influencing them. You're not lying to them. It's not just lying. Lying is just lying. It's like genuinely trying to get them confused enough that they question their own reality.
And so these fucking keyboard warrior Reddit mods need to stop pretending like they know shit and realize that they're fucking dumb as shit. Okay?
And it's funny too, because then these Reddit moderators get super pissed off that all these creators on YouTube are getting so much popularity, when it's like, yeah, because when we freaking try to go have an actual proper discussion on Reddit or on a forum somewhere, y'all over here just censoring everybody that doesn't agree with you that this thing's freaking amazing. It's like, yeah, because screw you. You keep censoring everything. We're gonna go here to freaking have a genuine discussion then. Because we can't have it on your platform.
Preventing your community from talking about the ways that we can improve the game is always bad. Especially considering the devs' words, not mine, that they are trying to fix the issues that we are talking about. Now is the time to vent your frustrations. Now is the time to voice your concerns due to the fact that now China is pissed off. And guess what happens, guys? When China is pissed off, change happens very soon. Yo, what's up, guys? If you're a fan of anime, shoot-em-ups, or Japanese games in general, you're gonna love this. I'm talking about Macross Shooting Insight, the first Macross video game officially to hit Western consoles with full English text localization. Finally, we're getting the goods. Not familiar with Macross? Let me break it down for you. Multiple dimensional folds go wild.
This does look straight up out of Evangelion, though. What is this?
Across space, time, and bam! Pilots and songstresses from 5 legendary Macross series are transported into the Battle 7. And that's where all the magic happens. You get to dive into 5 epic stories from Macross Plus, Macross 7, Macross 0, Macross Frontier, and Macross Delt, all in one original story. The gameplay is wild with different stages and modes like horizontally scrolling, vertically scrolling, and 360-degree shooting. Plus, all the fan favorite songs.
That is actually pretty cool.
From each series are in the game, and you can sing.
I'm loving the art style. I like this. It reminds me of Cowboy Bebop a lot. That like '90s anime style, vapor wavy, sort of that vibe. I'm like sold on the whole look. Real Yu-Gi-Oh, early Yu-Gi-Oh graphics for holographic. You know what I mean?
With the songstresses to unleash all sorts of buffs. And yes, this is a console release. So it's time to get those thumbs ready. Macross Shooting Insight is available now.
Damn, no PC? Never mind. Bill,
the link in the description.
I'm out.
It has happened every single time.
No PC, I'm out. Goodbye.
Without fail, every single instance of China being upset has occurred in change in a Hoyo game. This is not an opinion. This is a documented fucking fact. No, these mods are dumb as shit and they're part of the problem. And I hate how Honkai Star Rail community once again is labeling people who care and criticize as the bad guys. This is how you end up as Genshin 2.0. Do you really want that? Because right now it really seems like the new phrase isn't...
That is exactly what they want. That is quite literally exactly what they want. They literally want anyone and everyone that is not complacent with the product and an absolute shill for the product to just leave so that they can just keep shilling without feeling, I guess, bad about themselves for being a shill. Because for some reason, if not everybody agrees that this is okay to shill for, they lose their freaking minds. They can't comprehend the universe where not everybody loves the thing that they love.
Gonna be Genshin could never. It's soon going.
Even if that means that the game will ultimately basically fail, or not necessarily fail, right? But it'll ultimately become a bit of a cult classic, let's say, a bit of a niche community in the gacha community. You get what I'm saying? Even if it has to become this like not really not as whole, because let's be honest, there was a cool minute where Genshin was the game. It was in everybody's freaking device. It was on everyone's phone. It was on everyone's freaking tablets. Everyone at the Anime Expo was freaking playing it on their Now though, now it's a lot more spaced out, spread out to a bunch of different games.
To turn into Hoyoken Never, and we do not want that, guys. We do not want that. I still believe in Honkai Star.
No, but the hardcore fans do. The hardcore fans just want the casuals to leave so that only the most dedicated and complacent people stay. Genuinely, I believe
this is how we're going to treat the people who actually care. This is such a bad fucking sign. Let's keep going here.
And it's not just this game. It's every single gacha community I have seen so far. I don't get too involved with Nikkei or with the Girls Frontline or Arknights for that matter. But at the very least, specifically Hoyoverse, Wuthering Waves, those two major like Kuro games basically. Hoyoverse and Kuro games, like I've seen pretty freaking consistent.
Such sanctioned content will only be a temporary
almost like
measure. It's not meant to be a permanent.
They want to gatekeep. They want to gatekeep the game for some freaking reason from casuals.
Because of such content. Only at times the mod
even if
team
that
feels
means
it's necessary to start filtering out low effort gaslighting.
To
oh my god,
make
so
less
fucking
money
don't
or
know
be
what
less
it means.
successful.
And other pieces of content. I would love for the moderator team to link me one post of gaslighting. Please do. Please do. Link me one post where someone is getting gaslit. Link me one, and I will delete this video. And other pieces of content that do not contribute something to a new and ongoing, highly discussed topic. Once a certain high discussed positive important discussion has died down, we will allow full discussion of it again in their own post. We will instead be directing users we feel fall under sanctioned content to post it into the party car lounge mega thread. Oh, the mega threads that no one will see.
They pretty much just basically said, hey, from now on, we could just censor you if we feel like it. It's just a million different like BS excuses. That's all it is here. If you notice, there is no concrete rule here. It's just a bunch of nonsense, full discussion, highly discussed topics, ongoing and highly discussed topics. Okay, it's like freaking so stupid. It's just a bunch of nonsensical, means nothing rules, so that they just have an excuse to freaking censor anyone that disagrees with them.
Which is a mega thread that has been underutilized for a while. Yeah, so we're going to redirect you to a dead thread that nobody uses if you want to complain about the game. But anything positive, we'll make sure to highlight that to all of our members. Man, that's great, man. Yeah, we'll throw you into the pit of death and damnation. That way your voice is heard. Good God. And we would like to see it used more. For those of you unaware, the Party Car Lounge mega thread is meant as a catch-all mega thread for content that should not justify its own post.
So if you have genuine constructive criticism, they're just gonna shove you to the party car /lounge mega thread. Gotcha. It's like basically it's like that meme where they basically tell you, it's like, oh, please be sure to leave any complaints in the complaint box, and it's just a freaking paper shredder.
Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. Okay, well, let's see what content is permitted in this mega thread. Memory of chaos, pure fiction, apocalyptic shadow difficulty, lack of animation and story, enemy HP inflation, power creep, necessity.
Wait, you can't even talk about the lack of animations in the story? Screw you! You absolutely should. Shorten the story and add more animation. Damn! The frick? Yeah, I guess screw talking about wanting better quality cutscenes in freaking games. All right, I guess. Enemy HP inflation, the power creep. Shut the hell up! Don't literally just say you can't complain about anything bad.
Of the new 5-star characters and/or their E1. Thanks for reading.
So basically, you're not allowed to complain about any of the actual problems the game has. Got it.
Line. Accept our slop, or you will be banned.
Yeah.
How this happens to every Hoyo game, and how I get villainized for calling it out, astounds me. And yet it will not stop me. You cannot convince me that this is not attempting to create a toxically positive echo chamber type of community.
Absolutely.
This is
it
embarrassing.
Definitely is. 100%.
This is another massive fucking ill for the Honkai Star Rail community. And it's even worse because the devs themselves are putting out survey, putting out message saying, we hear you players, we hear about the power creep, and yet you have these dumb fucks who go on the Reddit.
Yeah, I've done so many freaking surveys, and absolutely nothing has been adjusted or fixed of any kind
who go on
that they
their
ever
streams
mention.
and say, guys, no negativity. We don't want that here. You know it's bad when even Mr. Pokey, self-proclaimed Hoyo shill, who frequently in the past would blame the players for everything by calling them greedy and stupid. Even Mr. Pokey isn't on y'all's side. As of today, Mr. Pokey has acknowledged that there are very serious issues with Honkai Star Rail. And if that guy is saying that there's a problem, I really feel like we should listen. Because that's a guy who eats shit, sleeps, and comes to Honkai Star Rail. So when Mr. Pokey says there's something wrong, you should listen. Now, I'll be real. You can save yourself a lot of stress and just listen to me.
To be fair, I'm sure a lot of us
this
do.
game needs our help. And criticism is not the enemy. Being overly positive is. You know what being overly positive does? Say that things are going to be fine the way they are. And guys, I'm sorry, they won't. What a fucking mistake. I mean, these fucking moderators, these Reddits are so goddamn brainless, it's insane.
They really are just like never demand better of anything ever because of reason. Because I don't know why. What reason? Like, why would you possibly want your games to be worse? I don't understand. You love the game so much that you want it to not get better, to not be better. What logic is this, dude? Great freaking video, my dudes. I went ahead and posted it up on our Discord. Be sure to go drop it a like, drop it a sub, drop it a comment, because it really helps out the algorithm. Thanks for hanging out. Like or dislike, comment, and subscribe, and become a Monodachi today! I live stream all day, Monday through Friday, so go say hi! That's all for now, Monos. Goodbye, and thanks for swinging by. Salut!